Hey everyone, my name is Daniel. I'm with the education staff here at the Challenger Learning Center. Today we have some very exciting things to show you, and this includes making a bouncy ball out of bioplastics. Okay, before we jump into that, let's talk about plastics. And plastics can be a very serious problem. We want to definitely take care of the earth, and a typical plastic bag like this from the grocery store. This, you may not know this, but this takes anywhere from 10 to 1,000 years, 1,000 years to break down, to start to break down. That's huge, right? That's a long time. Plastic bottles, we use these all the time. They take up to 450 years or more to break down, or to start to break down here. Plastic straws, up to 500 years or more. This is huge. Okay, and like I said, we definitely want to take care of the earth, take care of the environment, take care of all the animals. Think about, for example, with the oceans. Google this when you have a chance. Just Google the trash that is in the oceans. There's a big circle of trash in the Pacific Ocean. That's our biggest trash dump, if you will, in the middle of the water. It's huge. And then animals like for example the sea turtle, when you have a plastic bag floating in the water, they mistaken it for a jellyfish. Jellyfish make a part of their diet, and they may consume this, and that might harm them or maybe even kill them. It's not good. So be thinking about this when you use all of your plastics, because the main thing here is that we want to emphasize reduce, reuse, and recycle. Okay, reduce, definitely we want to reduce the amount of plastics that we use. Reuse, of course, reuse them as much as possible, and of course we want to recycle. Again, take care of the earth and keep that in mind. Okay, so our fix to this potential plastic problem is to make bioplastics. Bioplastics are made of biodegradable materials like plants and stuff, and that's what we're going to be doing today to make our bouncy ball. Okay, let's jump right on into this, shall we? Let's go ahead and go over the materials that we have here. We have some food coloring, we have some borax, we have some water, preferably warm. We'll get to that in just a minute. We have our measuring spoons. We have some cups with some popsicle sticks to stir. And over here we have some cornstarch and 2 types of glue. I'll get to the glue in just a minute. Okay, let's start this. So in this first cup, we need to put in 2 tablespoons of warm to hot water or so. We're actually going to be dissolving borax in here, very close to what we did with the slime, if you saw my video for the slime. So 2 tablespoons of warm water, and then to that we want to put in 1/2 teaspoon of borax. So I have a 1/4 teaspoon in here, so I'm going to put 2 of the 1/4 teaspoons in there to make our 1/2 teaspoon. And our second one. There you go. Okay. You want to dissolve this very well. Okay. It will take a little bit of patience. The slime that I did the other day only had a 1/4 teaspoon of borax. This has a 1/2, so it's going to take a little bit more patience to really dissolve this. Well, of course, you don't want it to be gloopy, glumpy. You know, it just a mess at the end. You want it to be well incorporated, well stirred through. That way the final product is as good as we can get. Okay. Let's see. Let's check the bottom. You can kind of see a few particles there. I'm going to let this sit, and I'll come back to this if I need to. But I think it's pretty much good to go. In our second cup, we're going to put 1 tablespoon of glue and then 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. I'll do the cornstarch first. And here we go. Let's do 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, like so. Get that all in there. And I'm going to go and put the lid on so I don't spill it. And let's do actually I can use the same teaspoon or tablespoon. I highly recommend that you guys use clear glue. Some of the recipes online call for white glue. I have tested out both white and clear glue multiple times here, and the clear glue works out so much better, and you'll see that in just a bit. I'll show you the finished product as well as the different tests that I've been doing. Okay, so there's our clear glue and our cornstarch. Come on in just a little bit. You can kind of see we're going to be making a paste, so really stir that in there, make a nice paste like so. And then let's add some food coloring, shall we? Okay, what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do blue. It doesn't matter what color you want to do. Okay, let's do a few drops of blue, and we will go ahead and mix that up very well. And then we're going to add our borax to this in just a minute, so come on in, take a look at this. Really stir that in. You want a nice thick paste, well incorporated with all the ingredients that we have. And then let's put our borax water in here. I think that's pretty stirred up. I'm going to double check this, make sure there's no particles of borax in there. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, now the trick is we're going to dump our borax water into our glue and cornstarch mixture or paste. You're tempted to want to stir it. Don't do it. Let it sit, okay, for about 10 to 15 seconds. Let it do its thing. Let it incorporate into the glue and the cornstarch, and then after about 10 seconds, then you can have at it. Okay, I think we're about good there. Come on in. You can see how you want to mix it so it becomes one big glob like this. You can see it's all globbing together. I kind of have found that kind of getting it in there a little bit more than what you think helps, because it'll be a little sticky when it comes out, and then you want to really get into it. So let me pull this out and let's see how sticky this is. You can see it's kind of sticky like that. If it is, put it back in the water, kind of stir it in there, and get it in there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and come back in just a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and knead this. Kneading this is very important, and it'll start to dry out in just a minute too, and then we're going to test it out. Okay, we have our finished bouncy ball here. Again, this is made with clear glue, not the white glue. I did make a couple beforehand because I was testing it out between the clear and the white glue, and I was wondering what the difference would be. And these three right here, you want to come on a little closer here, these three right here are the ones made with the clear glue, and then these two green ones in the back are the ones with white glue. So let's go ahead and test these out. I'm going to go ahead and scoot a little bit over to give me some room to bounce. You can kind of zoom, kind of sit back a little bit, zoom out a little bit, and here we go. You guys ready? Watch this. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This was actually the first one that I made a few hours ago, so I kind of let it sit and let it harden. And I mean, it's not hard, but it's not wet. Okay, you want it to really make a nice firm shape, and so that was the first one that I made a few hours ago. This one I made about, I don't know, half hour ago or so, maybe about 15 minutes. This one turned out really well. Let's see how this one does. Wow, look at that. Nice, right? And then this is the one that I just finished with you guys just a few minutes ago. Let's see, it's not completely firm, but we're going to see how it does anyway. Not too bad, right? So this one I'm going to kind of set aside, and I'll be playing this after the video, playing with this all the time. You know, these are so much fun. These two were made with the white glue. I've been really working with these. These, for one, when it came together, it didn't come together quite as nicely as with the white glue, as with the clear glue. And I've been testing these out, and they just watch this. They don't bounce as well. They just don't. And I think the only difference between these two types of bouncy balls is the glue. So when you're at home, feel free to try both types of glue. See what combination works best with the bouncy ball height of the bounce, and try it out. Have some games do a game, do a challenge, see whose bouncy ball can bounce the highest. It's really cool to see how high they can go. One other note before I let you guys go. Make sure to store it in a sealed container. That way it doesn't dry out completely, and you'll have hours and hours of fun with this. So thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you guys learned a lot, and we'll have so much fun building and trying out your bouncy balls. Catch you guys later.